6:17 on this Sunday morning, which is starting out cool again in many areas, and we are seeing an increase in clouds, especially over the southern part of the state. Water vapor imagery picks up some of the moisture in the upper levels of the atmosphere, at least the part that we're interested in. Doesn't necessarily show clouds, but certainly can. Bottom line is you see a bunch of milky white coming at us as an upper level system is starting to move out of Arizona into New Mexico. So that's what's going to increase the clouds across the area today. It's not that bad right now in Colorado Springs. We just have a few clouds, but it is pretty cool. Near downtown, we have 36 right now at Phil Long Kia with a calm wind. That's allowed that cooler air to settle overnight. And it typically is the case as we get into the cooler parts of the year that we get pretty cold at night when the wind is calm. And we have a pretty calm wind in Pueblo, though it's a little bit warmer right now at the Pueblo Chieftain Studio. We have 46. Similar sky conditions with just a few clouds around at the moment. The farther south you go, the more clouds you're going to notice this morning. Lyman's fallen all the way back to 28, but many other areas in eastern Colorado are around or into the 40s. We have 20s and 30s this morning over the mountains and mountain valleys. Now, Skycast shows the clouds lifting up from the south during the day today, so they are going to increase. We'll even have a few showers, and some of these could be in the form of snow showers over the San Juan Mountains, but you'll have to get up real high before you run into that today. I think locally, our best threat for anything interesting today, besides the clouds, will be a few showers or at least some sprinkles, primarily over areas south of Highway 50. But even here, we're not talking about any significant rainfall, best we can tell today. Maybe just some very brief showers, especially over those mountain areas south and west of Pueblo. Temperatures shouldn't be much different than they were yesterday, with mainly 70s at lower elevations in eastern Colorado, 50s to 60s over the mountains and mountain valleys. And the wind shouldn't be terribly strong, maybe up around 10 to 15 miles an hour at times during the afternoon. Skycast continues to show some of these showers cruising along mainly southern areas through the evening hours. So yeah, you could pick up some rain briefly, especially south of the river. But as I mentioned, this isn't going to be terribly widespread or real heavy, but I guess every little bit helps. That'll then move off into Kansas, and the clouds will break up overnight tonight. So we should wake up to a good bit of sunshine, I think, tomorrow morning. And tomorrow looks a little warmer than today, with clouds rebuilding during the afternoon hours, and maybe a few sprinkles over the mountain areas. But overall, nice start to the work week, just a little bit breezy. Tuesday, the wind will start to pick up. We'll stay pretty warm. High still in the 70s, and maybe late in the day, a little better chance for some scattered showers or a little crack of thunder. But then some colder air should work into the area Tuesday evening and Tuesday night, settling across eastern Colorado Wednesday. It's a shallow layer of colder air, so outside of some low clouds, I don't think we'll have too much to contend with. It could start a little gray on Wednesday. But certainly a big change in temperature, with highs Wednesday only in the 50s. And as that colder air comes in late Tuesday, again, that wind's probably going to be noticeable. But we'll get it out of here pretty quickly and be back into the 60s on Thursday with 70s Friday and probably close to 80 with some wind on Saturday. So looks like next week is going to be pretty warm as well. Pueblo, speaking of 80s, we'll have you in the 80s tomorrow. Then we'll start to cool off Tuesday with a chance for some showers, but it'll be more noticeable on Wednesday with highs only in the low 60s. And we'll get pretty cool again Wednesday night with lows in the 30s. Back up into the 70s then through the end of the week with 80s returning on Saturday. Canyon City will have you nice and mild, but a little bit on the cloudy side at times today with highs in the mid-70s. Tomorrow we should crack the lower 80s. Again, we might get a couple of showers around on Tuesday. Looks like the best chance we're going to see those through the week, though I couldn't rule out some sprinkles today. So I think Tuesday's chances are a little bit better. Not great. 10% coverage ain't going to get anybody real excited. But then we'll go into the 60s on Wednesday and then start warming up again as we head towards the next weekend. And by Saturday, we're up in the 80s. Mountain communities, we're looking at 60s for highs the next several days. Few sprinkles today, better chance for some showers on Tuesday, maybe again Wednesday afternoon. Highs Wednesday might be struggling to reach about 50. And then we'll be up into the 60s Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Don't think we'll have to worry too much about snow in Teller County with this cool off. The cold air that's coming in looks a little bit too shallow for that. If it gets a little deeper, then maybe I'll change my mind. But right now, I don't think so.
Don't change your mind.
I'm trying not to.
All right, Marty, thanks so much.
You're welcome.